Quality decay.
Before we start, if you want to stop wasting money on appliances that break after a few years, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the channel and hit like. Most people only learn this stuff the hard way, after expensive repairs. But today, you're getting the insider knowledge up front. Because here's the truth. Most modern appliances aren't built to last. They look sleek. They promise efficiency. They come packed with features. But behind the design, many are engineered with one goal: to be just good enough. Good enough to sell. Good enough to last through the warranty. And then, problems start. But not all brands follow this pattern. There are still a few that repair technicians consistently trust. Brands that show up less often in repair calls. Brands that are built differently, sometimes quietly, without flashy marketing. Today, we're breaking down the only 5 appliance brands repairmen actually trust, and more importantly, why. Let's start with something most people don't realize. When you ask a repair technician which brands are the best, they don't answer based on ads or features. They answer based on what they don't see. Because in their world, the best appliances are the ones that never show up broken. So let's get into it. First on the list is Whirlpool. Now, Whirlpool might not sound exciting. It's not a luxury brand. It doesn't have the flashiest designs. But that's exactly the point. Whirlpool has built its reputation on consistency and simplicity. Their machines, especially washers and dryers, tend to use proven designs that have been refined over time instead of constantly reinvented. That means fewer experimental parts, fewer fragile electronics, and more reliability. Repair technicians often say the same thing. When a Whirlpool appliance breaks, it's usually fixable. Parts are widely available. Designs are familiar. And repairs don't require replacing half the machine. That alone makes it a favorite. Next is LG. Now this one might surprise you, because LG is known for modern, high-tech appliances. But here's the difference. Their core components, especially compressors in refrigerators and motors in washers, are often very well engineered. LG uses direct drive motors in many of their washing machines. That means fewer moving parts compared to traditional belt systems. Fewer parts, fewer things to break. However, it's important to note, not every LG product is perfect. Some models have had issues. But overall, technicians often rank LG higher than many competitors when it comes to reliability in key components. Third on the list is Bosch. Bosch is known for precision. Their dishwashers, in particular, are often considered among the most reliable on the market. Why? Because Bosch focuses heavily on engineering and quality control. Their machines are quieter, more efficient, and often built with tighter tolerances than cheaper alternatives. They also tend to avoid unnecessary features that can introduce failure points. In other words, Bosch builds appliances like machines, not gadgets. Now let's talk about a brand that repair technicians almost universally respect. Speed Queen. This is the closest thing you'll find to old-school durability. Speed Queen machines are built more like commercial equipment than typical home appliances. heavy-duty metal components, simple controls, minimal electronics. They're not flashy, they're not cheap, and they're definitely not designed to impress in a showroom. But they are built to last. Some models are rated for tens of thousands of cycles, far beyond what most residential machines are designed for. That's why technicians trust them, because they almost never see them in need of major repairs. And finally, we have Miele. Miele operates in a different category. This is a premium brand, often significantly more expensive than others. But with that price comes a very different philosophy. Miele designs many of its appliances to last up to 20 years. They test their machines extensively, they use high-quality materials, and they maintain strict control over manufacturing. For example, their washing machines and dishwashers are known for durability and performance, even after years of heavy use. But there's a trade-off. Repairs can be expensive, parts are not always cheap, and service may require specialized technicians. Still, if your goal is buy it once, Miele is often at the top of the list. Now here's something important. These brands are not perfect. No brand is. Even the most reliable manufacturers can produce a bad model, and even the best appliance can fail if it's installed or used incorrectly. But these 5 brands consistently stand out in one key way. They fail less often, and they fail more gracefully. Meaning, when something does go wrong, it's usually repairable. So why are most other appliances not like this? It comes down to a few key factors. First, cost-cutting. Modern appliances are built in a highly competitive market. Manufacturers are under constant pressure to reduce prices. That often means using cheaper materials, thinner components, and more plastic parts. Second, complexity. Many appliances today are packed with features, touchscreens, Wi-Fi, smart sensors. While these features can be useful, they also introduce more failure points. More electronics means more things that can break. Third, planned lifespan. Many products today are designed with a target lifespan in mind. Not necessarily to fail, but not to last forever either. This keeps the market moving. If every appliance lasted 20 to 30 years, companies would sell far fewer units. So how do you choose the right appliance? Here are a few simple rules that repair technicians often recommend. Avoid the cheapest option. If a deal looks too good to be true, it probably is. Lower prices often mean compromises in materials and build quality. Focus on simpler models. Fewer features usually means fewer problems. Look for proven designs. Models that have been on the market for a few years tend to have known reliability. Check parts availability. An appliance that can be repaired is far more valuable than one that has to be replaced. And most importantly, think long-term. A slightly more expensive, reliable appliance can save you thousands over time. In the end, the difference between a good appliance and a bad one isn't always obvious. They can look identical on the outside, but inside, the story is very different. And that's the secret repair technicians know. They don't judge appliances by how they look in a showroom. They judge them by what keeps working, year after year. If you found this useful, and want more insider knowledge like this, the stuff companies don't advertise, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Because the next appliance you buy might be the one you're stuck with for the next 10 years. Thanks for watching.